The Chinese Lantern Festival usually falls on the 15th day of the Chinese New Year, which marks the end of the Chinese New Year. It is a time when people get together to celebrate, and the way we celebrate it is to put out these beautiful lanterns in the park, and people would get together with their families and friends and walk around the park. And that's how the Lantern Festival was started. But now that since we're doing it in the US, we do it year round. So it will be a good time for people to just come around with friends and family. It's an event that's not just for small kids, it's basically for people of all ages. And it's our first time in Reno. We also try to do a festival in every state, in every major city. So that's how we chose Reno, because Reno is a very artistic town. And I think the Arboretum itself is a perfect place for us for this kind of show, because we need to have trees, have trails, and people can make a turn and then see different lanterns. So we always prefer to do it in a Arboretum or Botanical Garden where they have this kind of setting.
The Wilbur D Arboretum and Botanical Garden is 25 acres of land. 13 of them are developed into gardens and groves. An arboretum is actually a collection of trees, and the botanical garden would be a collection of specialized trees, as well as woody shrubs and flowers that are almost like a living museum here in Reno.
As far as I heard, not many people have ever been to the Botanical Garden, even though it's been here inside Rancho San Rafael Park. The park itself is quite popular, I think, but not many people have been to the Arboretum yet. So we're hoping with this festival, we'll get more people to come visit and get to know more about the Arboretum and make it a popular venue for other events as well.
To be able to have the Dragon Lights Festival here has really brought so many thousands of people here that, again, talk about living here in Reno, Nevada, or visiting here in Reno and never knowing that we were here. And that really highlights the value of the Arboretum, the collection of trees and the plants that we have here, because people can come through and see the Dragon Lights unlit as really sculptures, art sculptures. And at night they can come and see it lit up and be able to see the reflection off of the trees and really to be able to experience nature in a whole different way.
In this Festival of Dragon Lights Reno, we have more than 40 larger-than-life lanterns here, and one of the biggest one, it's a frog that's of almost 2 stories high. In their whole lantern making process, the first and the most important one is the designer who come up with the concept and the design of a lantern set. And then we have the welders to come in to weld along the lines and bring it into a 3D shape. And then we have a whole team of ladies who are specialized on gluing fabric onto the lanterns. So they have to pick the right color as well. And they have to do it really quick because like you can see, we have 40 sets of lanterns here. That means there are more than 1,000 small components of lights. So they have to do that in only 4 weeks' time. So it's really amazing what they can do and how fast they can do it.
对于这个的话，我觉得这个是我们跟公司商量之后呢，然后就觉得有一些新颖的东西就该出来，因为传统的灯的话它都很呆板，对于这个光源上面没有什么设想。当时我们和比如说公司里面的领导或者是工程部的一些领导，然后就商量之后呢，然后对于这个东西可以有一些变化，然后就对这个东西呢，然后就一开始是采用一种尝试的方式，后来尝试成功了之后，然后出来的感觉哇，大家看的都感觉，然后就很惊讶嘛，然后所以就拿来就试一下，能够找到不一样的感觉吧，跟传统的灯会。
We also have a dragon that's almost 200 feet long, and the head itself weighs up over 600 pounds. So that's 3 school buses maybe, and 3 stories high, and it took us almost 1 week's time to build it from scratch. All the pandas or all the animals, all the eyes on them are hand painted by just one person. That's the designer. And also the scales on the dragon, it's also hand painted as well. It's sprayed on. They're all made of LED lights and silk and fabric and metal.
I think the peacocks were my absolute favorite, and they were my favorite from the very, very beginning. And I think that it's the colors of them that are just so vibrant, even during the day. Many of the children enjoy the water exhibit and the sharks and the fish that are down over past Evans Creek Bridge. I think that they enjoy them the most, and I've heard that quite a lot. Also, the snails that are in Dixie's Plaza Garden are also a favorite of many, many people. It's important for the Arboretum to host these events because it brings people here and it brings attention to the Arboretum. With any Arboretum, finances are important. And to keep sustainability for this particular place is incredibly important. So the more people that know about it, the more messages can get out to be bringing people here to sustain business, but also to sustain health. There's more than 2 miles of walkway here. So for a senior who maybe doesn't have the ability to get out, you know, in Reno or anywhere else, this is a safe place for them to be able to walk. For young children to be able to first experience, you know, the gardens and the groves and different flowers that maybe they don't have in their own yard.
Part of our objective to do this show is to share Chinese culture with people from different backgrounds, and we'll see it as a platform for culture exchange and also a experience for people to come and learn a little bit more about Chinese culture, Asian culture.
I think that it's really very, very important to be able to recognize where Reno has come from in regards to the Chinese culture and really the foundation of developing Reno with the mining community and how we were first established, as well as the railroad and the importance that they had here. So I really think it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to blend the past and the present and really acknowledge that history that we have here in Reno.